In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, Param Karunamoy, Otishoy Dayavan, Allahur name shuru korilam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear students, today I have come with a short story named The Old Man at the Bridge, and it was written by Ernest Hemingway, and the story is in your Unit 12, Lesson 4. And at the beginning I would like to tell you that The Old Man at the Bridge was written by Ernest Hemingway, and he was born in America, and he was born in 1899 and he died in 1961, and he was an American journalist, novelist, short story writer and a sportsman. Now Ernest Hemingway was famous for his famous book named Old Man Against the Sea, and there was a famous sentence, a man can be destroyed but not defeated. In today's lesson, the writer has brought about the history of an old man, and he was living in San Carlos, and he was taking care of his beloved animals, but due to Spanish Civil War in 1938, he had to leave his beloved animals, and he was going to secure place by crossing the road on foot. Then he crossed 12 kilometers, and as long as he was an old man of 76 years, so after crossing 12 kilometers he became very badly exhausted and he was unable to move. Then he was sitting in an area named Ebro Delta. Then there was a pontoon bridge also. Then there came a soldier who was actually doing duty on that area. Then he saw the old man and he became sympathized, and he developed a conversation with the old man, and the soldier had an intention to help the old man so that he could be saved from the attack of the fascists. Now let us see what the conversation was going on between the old man and the soldier. Now at the beginning we have come to know that an old man with steel-rimmed spectacles and very dusty clothes sat by the side of the road. That is, an old man was sitting, and the soldier saw him, and he was putting on dusty clothes, and at the same time he was putting on steel-rimmed spectacles. There was a pontoon bridge across the river, and cars, trucks, and men, women, and children were crossing it, and just at the near of the old man there was a pontoon bridge, and men, women and children and cars were crossing, but the old man was just sitting. The mule-drawn cars staggered up the deep bank from the bridge, with soldier helping push against the spokes of the wheels. Then mule-drawn cars. Mule is an animal between horse and donkey, and the carts were overloaded. So while the mules were drawing the carts, then when it was supposed to climb the steep bank after crossing the pontoon bridge, then the soldiers were helping the carts so that the mule could draw the cart and they could reach to the plain or main road easily. The trucks ground up and away, heading out of it all, and the peasants plodded along it in the ankle deep dust. That is, there came truck, and by crossing the dusty road, the truck also crossed, and at the same time the peasants were also going, and they had to dip their ankle up to the dust. That is, they were crossing the road with sufferings because the dust particles were on the road, and their legs were dipped into the dust up to their ankle. But the old man sat there without moving. Though men, women and children were going, peasants were going, mule-drawn carts were going, but the old man was not moving. He was too tired to go any further. That is, he was totally exhausted and he was not able to move anymore. It was my business to cross the bridge, explore the bridgehead beyond, and find out to what point the enemy had advanced. Now the soldier was doing his stipulated duty and he was watching the area, and by crossing the bridge he also watched beyond the bridge what was going on there. I did this and returned over the bridge. There were not so many cars now and very few people on foot, but the old man was still there. Then by crossing the pontoon bridge, the soldier went in that bank of the river and he watched the enemy condition, he watched the evacuation process. Then again he came to the main part of the bridge where the old man was sitting, and he found that the old man was not moving. Where do you come from? I asked. Then the soldier asked him from where he came. From San Carlos, he said and smiled. Then with a smiling face, the old man told that he came from San Carlos. That was his native town, and so it gave him pleasure to mention it, and he smiled. Then at the time of mentioning his native town, the old man became happy and he smiled. I was taking care of animals, he explained. Then when the old man saw that the soldier was talking to him, then he decided to express his own intention, own mental agony, that he told that he was taking care of animals. Oh, I said, not quite understanding. When all on a sudden the old man told that he was taking care of animals, then the soldier did not understand anything. Even then he said, oh, yes, he said, I stayed, you see, taking care of animals. I was the last one to leave the town of San Carlos. Then he was the last man to leave San Carlos because he was taking care of animals, even though the area was endangered and the people left the area, but the old man was not leaving because he was totally engaged in taking care of his beloved animals. He did not look like a shepherd nor a herdsman, and I looked at his black dusty clothes and his grey dusty face and his steel rimmed spectacles and said, what animals were they? When the old man told that he was taking care of animals, then the soldier looked at him carefully and saw that he was not looking like a shepherd, he was not looking like a herdsman, and he again saw his black dusty clothes and again he saw his grey dusty face and saw the steel rimmed spectacle and asked what animals were they, that is, what type of animals were the old man taking care of. For the first time the soldier asked him about his animals. Various animals, he said, and shook his head. I had to leave them. Then the old man spoke that he was taking care of various animals as if he were taking care of many animals, and he was sorry for leaving his beloved animals. I was watching the bridge and the African looking country of the Ebro Delta and wondering how long now it would be before we would see the enemy, and listening all the while for the first noises that would signal that ever mysterious event called contact, and the old man still sat there. This is a big sentence. Now I am going to explain part by part. I was watching the bridge, that is, the old man was sitting there and the soldier was watching the whole area. And the African looking country, you know, in Africa there is a famous forest named Amazon. That is, Africa is a country with forest. Now this area is also with green trees, so the writer has considered, or the narrator has considered, an area like Africa, and they were in Ebro Delta. Ebro is a river situated in northeastern Spain, and delta means triangular shaped lowland, and they were in Ebro Delta and wondering how long now it would be before we would see the enemy. That is, the soldier was actually waiting for the enemy, and he was actually doing the duty to detect the presence of enemy. So he was sure and certain that very soon the enemy would come, and he was actually waiting for the mysterious behavior that he would receive from the enemy part, and at the same time he was also supposed to show his mysterious behavior with the enemy. And while he was doing all these things, the old man was still sitting there. What animals were they? I asked. Then the soldier asked him again what were the animals that were being taken care by the old man. There were 3 animals altogether. Now, just a couple of minutes ago, the old man told that he was taking care of various animals. Now he has made it clear that there were 3 animals altogether. His 3 animals were various animals because he used to love these 3 animals very dearly. That is why these animals were many animals to him. He explained there were 2 goats and a cat, and then there were 4 pairs of pigeons. Then the old man narrated clearly that he was taking care of a cat and he was taking care of 2 goats. Then there were 3 animals, and at the same time he had 4 pigeons. Pigeons means wild and domesticated birds having a heavy body with short legs. In Bengali that is called kabutar or ghugu. And you had to leave them. Then the soldier asked him that you had to leave them. That is, he was expressing his mental sympathy to the old man. Yes, because of the artillery, the captain told me to go because of the artillery. Then he told that because of artillery he had to leave his beloved animals, beloved hometown, and actually he was not willing to leave the area, but at one point the captain ordered him to leave, so he had to leave. And you have no family? I asked, watching the far of the whole bridge where a few last cars were hurrying down the slope of the bank. Then the soldier asked him whether he had family or not. Then at the same time he was watching the area and he saw that the last cars were hurrying down the slope of the bank. No, he said, only the animals I stated. Then the old man answered that he did not have any family, he was not taking care of any family member, just he was taking care of his beloved animals. The cat, of course, will be alright. A cat can look out for itself. I cannot think what will become of the others. Now, the old man told that his cat would remain fine because by nature cat is a wild animal and it can be roaming around freely, independently, but he was not actually getting any answer for the destiny of his other animals. What politics have you hired? Then the old man was asked by the soldier a question. That is, the soldier asked him what was the political party supported by the old man. I am without politics. He said, I am 76 years old. I have come 12 kilometers now, and I think now I can go no further. By these 3 sentences, the old man has expressed his mental condition, and these 3 sentences actually bear moral significant value. I am without politics. The old man was not doing any politics. I am 76 years old. That he was a man of 76 years old. So in that age, nobody is able to participate in any political activities. I have come 12 kilometers now, and I think now I can go no further. Now, as long as, despite being an old man of 76 years old, he crossed 12 kilometers, his energy is totally exhausted, so he was not in a position to walk any further. There is not a good place to stop. This is not a good place to stop, I say. If you can make it, there are tracks up the road where it forks for Tortosa. Then the soldier became totally inclined towards the old man, and he had an intention to help the old man. So he told that it was not a good place to stop. Better you cross some more distance and you go to a secure place, and you would, by going there you would be able to get into a truck, and by the truck you would be able to go to Tortosa. I will wait a while, he said, and then I will go. Where do the trucks go? Then, as long as the old man was very gentle and polite, he told that he would go. But he was supposed to take some more rest, and after resting he would be able to go, and actually he wanted to know where the trucks would go. towards Barcelona, I told him. When the soldier told him that the trucks would go to Barcelona, then the soldier told, or he actually expressed his helpless condition by telling that I know no one in that direction, he said. The old man told that no one in that area was known to him, that is, by going to Barcelona, he would not be able to get anybody known to him. But thank you very much, thank you again very much. That is, when the soldier gave him a good piece of advice, then being happy, he thanked him repeatedly. He looked at me very blankly and tiredly. That is, blankly means without expression, and tiredly means in a weary manner. That is, the soldier, when gave him good advice, the old man looked at him with eyes, there was no any expression, and he was awfully tired, and then said, having to share his worry with someone, the cat will be alright, I am sure. There is no need to be unquiet about the cat, but the others. Now, what do you think about the others? Then the old man again expressed his happiness that his cat would remain fine, but again he was not getting any proper answer about the security of his other animals. Why? They will probably come through it all right. Then when the old man was worried about his other animals, then the soldier told that his other animals would also remain fine. You think so? The old man actually confused here. So he asked whether he thought that. Why not? I said, watching the far bank where now there were no cars. Then we have already come to know that the soldier was simultaneously talking with the old man, and at the same time he was watching the area. So he again consoled the old man by telling why not. But what will they do under the artillery? Well, I was told to leave because of the artillery. Then the old man asked what would happen in the destiny of the animals when, despite being a human being, he was not able to stay there. Now when artillery would attack, what would happen in the fate of the animals? Did you leave the dove cage unlocked? I asked. Then the soldier asked whether he kept the dove cage unlocked. Yes, then they will fly. When the old man told that he kept the dove cage unlocked, then the soldier assured him that his dove would fly away. Yes, certainly they will fly, but the others, it is better not to think about the others, he said. Then when the soldier told that his dove would fly away to the secure place, then he again asked what would happen in the destiny of other animals. Then abruptly he himself decided not to think about other animals, because he himself was in more critical condition, because he was about to be attacked by the enemies. If you were rested, I would go. I asked, get up and try to walk now. Then the soldier inspired him to walk, because the soldier asked him whether his rest was completed, and if he was rested properly, then it was good time to start to walk. Thank you, he said, and got to his feet, swayed from side to side, and then sat down backward in the dust. Then, as per the inspiration of the soldier, the old man tried to stand up, and he stood up, but unfortunately he could not manage his balance. Then he started to sway from side to side, and at one point he was dropped down on the dust helplessly. And when he was dropped down, he started to lament by telling that I was taking care of animals, he said dully, but no longer to me. I was only taking care of animals. Then he actually started to blame the civil war, that he was taking care of animals, he was not involved in any political parties. Even then, he was forced to leave his country. His beloved animals are not with him. He had to leave his beloved, he had to leave the beloved animals, so he was actually expressing his mental agony. There was nothing to do about him. Now in the final para, we have come to know that the soldier has expressed his helplessness, that is, he was not in a position to help the old man. It was Easter Sunday, and the fascists were advancing toward the Ebro. Then it's an irony that despite being the day was Easter Sunday, the fascists were advancing, and fascist means German Nazi soldiers. They were coming quickly towards Ebro, and soldier along with the old man would be caught and they would be killed. It was a grey overcast day with a low ceiling, so their planes were not up. Now it's a good thing that it was a grey overcast day, and due to rough weather, the enemy aircrafts were not flying in the sky, so no bombardment attack on the old man would be done. So he is safe in one concern that no enemy aircrafts were flying in the sky due to rough weather. That and the fact that cats know how to look after themselves was all the good luck that old man would ever have. Now another good thing for the old man is that his cat would be able to manage to escape from the danger, and he would be able to maintain its life independently. By considering these two good things for the old man, the soldier decided to leave the place. Now we can guess that nothing good would happen in the destiny of the old man. Maybe he would be caught by the fascist, maybe he would be killed. Now let us hope for the best, though there is no any atmosphere or there is no any situation to think for the good luck of the old man. Now dear students, in your answer to the question number 3, because in the previous classes I discussed up to answer to the question number 2, so today I would like to tell you that in answer to the question number 3 there will be a question like that: read the following text and write the summary of it. Now let us consider that we have read the text that I already have discussed. Now write the summary. Now I am going to write the summary. An old man was taking care of animals. That is, there was an animal who was taking care of animals. His hometown was San Carlos, that is, he was living in San Carlos. He had to leave his animals for Spanish Civil War. That is, due to Civil War, the old man was bound to leave the area, and at the same time he was bound to leave his animals. He became helpless for the war. That is, he became helpless because he had to leave his hometown, he had to leave his animals, so he became helpless here. A soldier showed sympathy to him. Then when the old man was sitting helplessly, a soldier came to him and he showed his sympathy, and he actually tried to help the old man so that he could be rescued. Now, in a nutshell, I am going to tell you the summary again. An old man was taking care of animals. His hometown was San Carlos. He had to leave his animals for Spanish Civil War. He became helpless for the war. A soldier showed sympathy to him. Now, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Now, in the next time, I would come with some more classes. Until then, goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.